Hi there, and welcome to our podcast. I'm really happy to have you here today. In this episode, we'll talk about something very important: why you are not learning effectively, even if you study for a long time. Chapter 1: The Real Reason You're Not Learning. Have you ever studied for hours but remembered nothing the next day? You are not alone. Many people feel the same way, but there is a reason. Most people believe that studying longer means learning more. But that is not true. If you just read your notes again and again for many hours, you are not really learning. You are only looking at the words. Your brain is not doing the hard work. To learn well, you need to train your brain. Just like muscles need exercise to grow, your brain needs mental exercise to remember information. Studying is not about time, it is about method and focus. Let's talk about focus first. If you study while checking your phone or watching videos, your brain is not fully active. You are only half focused. That kind of study does not help much. It's better to study for 20 minutes with full focus than 2 hours with distractions. Now let's talk about method. Many people only read or highlight their books, but this is passive learning. To learn better, you need active learning. You should ask questions, test yourself, and try to explain the ideas to someone else. This makes your brain work harder, and that's a good thing. Think of studying like going to the gym. If you just sit on a machine without moving, nothing will change. But if you move your body and try hard, you get stronger. It's the same with your brain. So remember, studying for many hours is not the answer. What really matters is how you study and how focused you are.
Chapter 2, Tip 1: Active recall. Don't just reread. So, why is it that reading your textbook again and again doesn't help you remember? Because your brain is not working hard. Reading is passive. It feels easy, so we like it, but it doesn't help the brain build strong memories. When you read something, the information goes in, but learning is about bringing it out. That's why active recall is important. Let's look at an example. You finish a chapter in your book. You think, okay, I know this, but the next day you forget everything. Why? Because you never trained your brain to remember it without looking. Highlighting and rereading feels like learning, but it's just recognition, not recall. Recognition is like seeing a face and saying, I know that person. Recall is like remembering their name without seeing them. And recall is much harder, but also much better for learning. What is active recall? Active recall means testing yourself. You close the book and ask, what did I just learn? You try to say the answer without help. It's like telling your brain, don't just watch, play the game. How to use active recall. Here are 3 simple ways. 1. Ask yourself questions after reading. Don't move to the next page yet. Stop and ask, what was the main idea? Can I explain it in my own words? What are 3 details I remember? Example: I just read about photosynthesis. Okay, it's how plants make food from sunlight. They use carbon dioxide and water and produce oxygen. Even if you can't remember all, trying is the key. 2. Use flashcards. Flashcards are great for active recall. Write a question on one side, answer on the other. Example: front, what is the capital of France? Back, Paris. Use them every day for a few minutes. Apps like Quizlet and Anki can also help. They mix recall with spaced repetition. We'll talk about that in the next chapter. 3. Teach it to someone teaching. Forces your brain to organize ideas. Even if you're alone, speak out loud. Today I learned that the heart has 4 chambers. They are called If you can explain it like a teacher, you really understand it. You don't need a real student. Your wall or your pet is enough. Why it works. When your brain struggles to remember, it builds stronger memory paths. It's like lifting weights. It's not fun, but it makes you stronger. Rereading is like watching someone else lift weights. You see the action, but your brain doesn't change. Active recall is real brain training. One sentence challenge. Try this one sentence every day. What did I learn today? Just stop for 30 seconds. Speak the answer out loud. No notes, no book. If you do this daily, your memory will grow much faster than before. In the next episode, we'll show you when to review what you've learned, because timing matters just as much as method. That's called spaced repetition, and it's our next powerful study tip.
Chapter 3, Tip 2, Spaced Repetition. Timing is everything you just studied something. Great, but the question is, when should you review it? Many students try to learn everything the night before a test. They read the book again and again. They drink coffee. They don't sleep. And the next day, maybe they remember some things. But a few days later, most of it is gone. This is called cramming, and it doesn't help you build long-term memory. There is a better way. It's called spaced repetition. What is spaced repetition? Spaced repetition means this. Review the same information many times with time between. Let's say you learned something new today. Instead of reading it 5 times in 1 hour, you review it. Today, 1 day later, 3 days later, 1 week later, 2 weeks later. This pattern helps your brain remember much more. It tells your brain, this information is important. Keep it. Why it works. When you first learn something, your memory is weak. If you review it soon, you help your brain remember. But if you wait too long, you forget everything. So the key is to review right before you forget. That's how memory becomes strong. Think of it like watering a plant. You don't pour water all at once. You give a little, wait, and then give more. Too much at once doesn't help, but small space times, that works. Thendorer. Study schedule example. Let's make this simple. Let's say you are learning vocabulary on Monday. Here's a sample schedule. Monday, learn 10 new words. Tuesday, review the same 10 words, first review. Thursday, review again, second review. Next Monday, final review, third review. This simple 4-step plan makes your brain see the words again and again, but with breaks in between. You don't need to study for hours. Just 5 to 10 minutes of review can be enough. The important part is spacing. That's why we say, don't cram, space it out. Cramming feels intense, but your brain gets tired. Spaced repetition feels light, but your brain gets stronger. How to apply this here are some easy ways to use spaced repetition in real life. 1. Use a calendar or app. Mark your review dates. You can use apps like Anki or even a paper calendar. Example: Monday, new grammar point. Wednesday, review. Saturday, review again. Next Wednesday, one more time. 2. Review before sleep. The brain remembers better at night. Take 5 minutes before bed to go over flashcards or notes. 3. Keep a review box. Put old flashcards in a box. Every day, take out a few and test yourself. Old cards equals longer spacing. New cards equals short spacing. Let's practice. Here's a simple sentence to help you remember. Don't cram. Space it out. Let's repeat it again. Don't cram. Space it out. Say it to yourself whenever you feel stressed before a test. It will remind you. You don't need more time. You need better timing. Down. Quick recap. Cramming equals short memory. Spaced repetition equals long memory. Review at smart times. 1 day later, 3 days, 7 days. Use calendars, apps, or flashcards. Repeat this phrase, don't cram. Space it out. In the next chapter, we'll share our third powerful tip. Teach it to remember it. Because if you can explain it, you understand it. Let's keep going. You're getting smarter every episode.
Chapter 4. Tip 3. Teach it to someone. So, you studied the material. You reviewed it a few times with spaced repetition. Now what? Here's a powerful next step. Teach it to someone. Yes, teach. Because teaching is one of the best ways to test your understanding. It shows what you really know and what you don't. Why teaching works. When you teach, your brain has to organize the information, remember key ideas, speak clearly and simply. This takes real understanding, not just memorizing, but connecting the dots. That's why we say, if you can explain it in simple English, you understand it. Let's repeat that. If you can explain it in simple English, you understand it. Simple words equals deep knowledge. You don't need a classroom. You don't need to be a teacher. You don't even need a student. Just act like one. Here are some easy ways. 1. Explain it to a friend. Call a friend or classmate. Say, "Can I explain something I just learned?" Even if they don't understand it, just talking helps you review. 2. Teach out loud, to yourself. Stand in your room. Imagine you're making a YouTube video. Start talking like this. "Hey guys, today I'll show you how the past tense works in English." Or, "Let me explain the parts of the human brain." Talk as if you're helping a beginner. It's okay to make mistakes. That's part of learning. The Lanradi. Teach, review, repeat, cycle. Let's break it down into steps. First, study the topic. Read it, understand the basics. Second, teach it, talk out loud, explain it to someone or yourself. Third, review your mistakes. Did you forget something? Did you explain it clearly? Check your notes again. Fourth, repeat the teaching. Try again. This time, make it clearer and simpler. This cycle is powerful. It makes weak ideas stronger. It makes strong ideas unforgettable. A quick example. Let's say you're learning how plants grow. You first study. Plants need sunlight, water, and air. They use photosynthesis to make food. Now close the book and say, "Plants need sunlight and water to grow. They take in carbon dioxide and make oxygen. This process is called photosynthesis." If you can do that, great job. If not, no problem. Go back, check the book, then try again. Each time you explain, your brain builds a stronger memory. Extra ideas. Use a mirror. Talk to your reflection. Record your voice. Listen later and find mistakes. Write it out like a blog or journal entry. Even better, start a study vlog. 1 video a week. Explain what you're learning in English. It doesn't have to be perfect, just real. This builds confidence, fluency, and memory, all at once. Let's recap. Teaching helps you test your real understanding. You can teach a friend, or just speak to yourself. Use the study. Teach, review, repeat method. Speak in simple English. Repeat this sentence every day. If I can explain it, I understand it. Next, we'll put all 3 tips together into a study system you can use every day. You're almost there. Now it's time to build your own routine.
Chapter 5. Your study system. Time to build one. Now you know the 3 key tips. Active recall. Don't just reread. Test yourself. Spaced repetition. Review at the right times. Teaching. Explain it to understand it better. But learning one tip is not enough. You need to build a system, something you can use every day. Because if you study only when you feel like it, you will forget. You need a plan, a simple daily routine. No plan, no progress. Many students make this mistake. They say, I'll study when I have time. I'll study more tomorrow. But tomorrow often never comes. When you study without a schedule, you start strong, then stop, then you feel guilty, then you give up. So let's fix that. Let's create your own study system. The 30-minute daily routine. Here's a simple plan that takes just 30 minutes a day. You can do it in the morning, after lunch, or before bed. The key is to do it every day. Step 1. Review. 10 minutes. Use spaced repetition. Review what you learned yesterday, 3 days ago, and last week. Use flashcards, old notes, or quiz apps. Step 2. Test. 10 minutes. Close the book. Ask yourself questions. Try to remember key points. Example. What did I learn about the water cycle? What is the past tense of go? Struggle a bit. That's how memory gets stronger. Step 3. Speak or teach. 10 minutes. Talk out loud. Pretend you are a teacher or YouTuber. Explain what you learned in simple English. Example. Today I reviewed 5 new words. One of them is confident. It means sure about yourself. You can also record yourself or write a short summary. Why this works. This system combines all 3 tips: review, spaced repetition, test, active recall, speak, teaching method. And the best part? It only takes 30 minutes. No more guessing. No more wasting time. Final words. Remember, it's not about studying for hours. It's about building strong habits. Some days you'll feel tired. Some days you won't want to study. But 30 minutes is short. And if you stay consistent, it becomes automatic. Even on bad days, just show up. Your future self will thank you. Let's end with this repeat after me. It's not about studying hard. It's about studying smart and consistent. Again, smart and consistent. That's the secret. That's your edge. You now have the tools. Go build your system and keep going. Every day, you've got this.